If you want to be able to buy the most expensive players and open the best packs in FC25, go to u7buy.com to buy your EA FC25 coins. It's cheaper than buying FC points and just as reliable. With their already amazing prices, you can get an extra 6% using promo code Inception at checkout. Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another tactic review. So, guys, today we have the 4132 to check out. First thing to mention, it's not a mainstay formation for me. I'm just providing a variation of a formation because I believe that in this year's game, if you don't have at least two, in my opinion, what I'm going to say is like actual midfielders, because you have a center mid in Bellingham that play like side to side with each other, at least two, it allows people to attack the middle a little bit too easily, in my opinion, right? And I definitely noticed that when I use this formation for this year's game. Last year's game, or 2 years ago, it was the same thing when I tried out the Div 10 tactic, but not as bad as this year. It's a little bit different this year, in my opinion. Maybe you would need someone that has like the plus role specifically in that area for you to always have that consistent balance. But yeah, it's important to mention that because you will notice the midfield being a little bit open because of the one CDM to center mid, but you're also going to notice that your attacks actually come off pretty nicely as well. Ignore the left mid, right mid. This is just the console accounts that we're probably never going to play on again for obvious reasons, right? But the custom tactic is lined up like this. So this is actually a review from a guy who sent it to me on Twitter. And it was pretty interesting to use in the game, right? So the one thing that I have to check, because I just put this code back in, because you guys know we do reviews for many codes, but I just need to see if the depth is correct, because I don't think EA has adjusted that just yet. It's unbalanced, so that actually might be unbalanced, to be honest. Balance counter 60 depth. Okay, yeah, because we did use this during that time period, but obviously we use different formations and tactics. We just kind of had this footage and might as well put it. Like, even though the 4132 is not like a top priority meta formation, it is still a formation that you could potentially use in game, depending on the positions that you have for your team and if you want to try out a different formation, right? So the way that the custom tactic is lined up is like this. So we have it set to counter, balanced, and then the depth is going to be on 60, right? So very important to mention that, because obviously 50 and 60 is a big difference between the two. The instructions that you're going to have, or the roles you're going to have set for your team, is going to be fullback balanced for both of the fullbacks. One defender is going to be on defender defend. The other one is going to be on stopper balanced, right? So obviously with Varane, it does work out pretty cool. But I will say that sometimes... So the reason why he has stopper plus is because he tries to compensate for the fact that you have one midfielder. From the looks of it, of me trying it out in game, but I still feel like you deal with that anyways, right? So that's where I'm like, you know what? A defender plus defend might be the most ideal thing to have on both of your center backs, because you're just dealing with that one midfielder anyways. I'm saying midfielder, but there's obviously like three other ones, but you guys get what I'm saying, right? Your CDM is on holding defend. Your center mid, this is very important when it comes to the types of players you have in this position, okay? You need to get someone like a Bellingham, a Bonmati, a Putellas, that sort of player in this area. A person who is competent at both attacking and defending, okay? Very important to mention that. If you do not have that sort of player for that position, it just doesn't work entirely. It was the same thing as last year when we tried out the 4132. And the player of the month Bellingham was like amazing to use there. It was last year or 2 years ago. I lose track of time sometimes, right? But yeah. Left mid and right mid is on inside forward attack, right? Inside forward is usually the meta one to work with if you want to get attacking AI out of your players. Your right striker is on false 9 build-up, and then your left striker is going to be on advanced forward complete, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it with how the formation is lined up. I will be leaving a link to the tweet that he did end up sending me, which is this one right here. So you'll see all the descriptions of why he does each individual thing to all the players, right? So the striker on the poacher plus or advanced forward, stay central, makes runs in behind defense, focus on finishing, but also help in creating space. Definitely want quick step or a shooting play style in that area. But again, you just work with what you have, right? Your other strikers on false 9 for the build-up play drop deep to link play with the midfield, create space for others by pulling defenders out of position, and players like Griezmann cook here, right? So we have the Griezmann there, and it worked out really nicely. Inside forward for the left mid, cut inside and attack the box using use dribbling to create chances and stretch the defense. Want pacey wingers with technical plus or rapid plus. You see Oyarzabal in the team. We were actually using Nico Williams, I believe. Like, you'll see it in the highlights. We were using Nico Williams, I believe, during that. Actually, no, because that was the review account. But no, I think it was still Nico Williams for that account, because we were doing the review for Aspas at the same time, right? But yeah. Center mid, playmaker, or box-to-box balance. This is the important part to mention. Controlled tempo, offer support in attack and defense. They still do offer support in defense, but the balance is not as strong for this year's game. Like, you would never consider a 4-1-3-2, maybe until like a patch or something. You would never consider a 4-1-3-2 to be like a top 5 formation, you know? Extremely impactful to dictate play and initiate transition. That's 100% true. And then you really need a strong player card here, like a Jude, Bonmati, or a Putellas. Very true. Right mid, inside forward, attack. Oh, I must have said that incorrectly. So it's inside forward balance for the left mid, but it's inside forward attack for the right mid. So if I said that incorrectly, because I feel like my brain went to inside forward balance for both of them, and that's incorrect. So it'll be inside forward attack on the right mid. So I apologize for that. That's why it's good to read this stuff, man. Cut inside to create or shoot. Focus on linking with the false 9 and attack. This is more aggressive winger as they play on the false 9 side and work as a pseudo striker. I think we were using Rodrigo, and then we were using Correa. I think we were using the two of them during that time period. CDM, holding plus defend, anchor the midfield, break up play. You need at least holding plus roll to pull this off, 100%. Fullback in the right back position. I don't think he mentions the left back, but the left back is the same thing. So use pace to support attacks and quickly recover defensively. Balance support, overlap when needed. Your right mid plays like a right forward, so this one has to be responsible defensively. Stopper or defender plus balance. So you can see that you can still switch this. He doesn't have to be on stopper. If stopper, step up to engage attackers early. Balance aggressive pressing with maintaining the defensive line. If defender, same as below. And then your other center back, defender plus hold position and maintain defensive shape. Provide cover for stopper when they step forward. So yeah, it's definitely an interesting custom tactic to try out in the game. If you guys want to try out something different, that's not your typical 4-1-4-1, 4-5-1, and 4-4-2s and stuff. It is a formation that will provide you different sort of attacking AI as much as possible in this game, right? As I mentioned earlier, this is not a mainstay formation. I don't think you can. It's hard to make this formation work in this game, in my opinion, because of the midfield imbalance. Personally, like, again, this is just depends. It depends on how you choose to defend, right? But you do see the attacking plays as much as you possibly can with the 4-1-3-2. With the instruction set on the individual card. So yeah, do your best to get the rolls or the roll pluses on each individual position for you to be able to fully utilize the formation to the best of its capabilities. So yeah, I'll show you guys the goals, as it was mostly from doing the Aspas review, but I didn't stay too long with this formation. I think I moved on from it because I'm like, yeah, the midfield just kind of feels a little bit open for this year's game especially. But yeah, just make sure that you get the right players. Like, I think in the center mid position, like, that's the most important. Like, those female players are really, really good to work with. They're amazing to use this year. So just food for thought if you end up doing all that. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the intro. I will catch you guys for the next video. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys. Very nice. We'll take that. Just in case he uses goalkeeper. Finish. Beauty, man. Aspas comes out of nowhere. A little finish right there.
Well, that sort of form speaks for itself, doesn't it? To score 3 goals in his last 3 matches, he must be full of confidence. All
Nice. Build up play. Such a good run. Such a good run. Good stuff. Nice. Good play, good play. Whatever works, man. Oh, what kind of... It's Rodrigo. Bro, Rodrigo's passing is just... That's like an easy triple tap cross. Like I said, the deflections in this game, they're crazy. You work with what you get, brother.
We finally get to see Angel Correa wearing his new colours. It's debut day for him. Stuart, what should we be looking out for?
Well, he's been brought to the club to add some much-needed firepower.
Oh, very nice.
Bellingham. Griezmann. Correa. Chance for the lead.
Oh, there you go.
Griezmann. Good spell. Looking for that all-important next goal. Possession given away. To edge ahead.
Sure. Deflections FC.
Onto Llorente. Oh, lovely skill to beat his marker. Nicely played. Just needs the composure now.
It happened eventually. Nice.
Mendy. That will keep the attack moving nicely. Aspas. What a chance.
I wanted to try that angle, see if it would actually work. Unlucky.
Griezmann. Open goal.
Just for the lulz, man. Just for the lulz.
Angel Gomez. Wasteful from the Rockets. Griezmann.
We'll take that, though. We'll take that.